Hey, everybody. Today's words to live by are: if you want to change the world, make your bed. If you can't do the little things right, you'll never do the big things right. Those words are probably famous at this point, even though it's in the relatively recent history of great speeches. But it was given by Admiral William McRaven, who was a U.S. Navy four-star admiral, and he was the ninth commander of the U.S. Special Operations Command. And I first heard it, I believe he delivered those remarks at a University of Texas commencement speech. And I think when Admiral McRaven says, make your bed, probably the right answer is, sir, yes, sir. But, as a civilian, it is just magical advice. And it's a metaphor for, I think, how we can choose to live our daily lives. And I know for me, I first heard those words when I was at a point in my life where I really needed to quit whining and get off my ass. It was like I was on the verge of, starting a business, and I was sort of like cautious and like, am I doing the right thing? And like, this is, I've got these big plans, these big dreams, and like, I was sort of having this internal questioning, and it was like, make your bed, come on, and so it's this just beautiful metaphor for when you wake up. The first thing you do is make your bed, because you've already accomplished something. You've already sort of been successful in something, even if it's a simple thing, right? And so, especially too, if you take pride in how you make your bed. So, you don't just throw the blankets and chuck the pillows on top of each other and say, like, all right, I made my bed, cool. No, it's like, how do you make your bed? It's taking some pride in it, and, doing it in such a way where 12, 14, 16 hours later, when you go to get back in bed, you're like so thankful that the bed is all nice and clean and the sheets are crisp, and it just makes all the difference in the world in terms of what your mindset is like for that day. So I think it's absolutely such a brilliant and simple thing, and I've found that much of life's beauty is found in simplicity. And this is one of those words of advice that really helped me along the way, because it sort of resets me. It gets me into that, get off your ass. Come on, let's start the day. Let's start it positively. Let's check a box and really get going. So those words came to me at the exact right moment that I needed to hear them, which is when I was a little bit stuck and a little bit kind of like, okay, I think this is the next step, but I wasn't totally sure. And it was like, okay, come on, let's commit to doing this business and this life. And I'm so glad I did. So I hope you found this really simple nugget very helpful, or as helpful as I have, because I replay this in my head quite a bit. And often when I'm actually making my bed in the morning, I sort of remember this and say, like, oh, this is why I'm doing it. And so hopefully you found this helpful. And if you did, please like and or subscribe, and I will see you all again very soon.